video lesson is going to be really short, and it's going to be a bit about chromosomes. So first, what is a chromosome? Now, you guys should probably already know this from previous years, but a chromosome is basically condensed chromatin, and chromosomes are composed of DNA and proteins. So there's two types of chromosomes. First, there are autosomes. Autosomes. Now, what are autosomes? The definition of an autosome is a chromosome that is not involved in determining the sex of an organism. So, not involved with determining the biological sex of an organism. So that means that these chromosomes would be responsible for other non-sex-linked characteristics, such as the color of your eyes, the color of your hair, the color of your skin, your height, things like that. So now, there's another type of chromosome called the sex chromosomes. So now, what are those? Sex chromosomes are directly involved in determining the biological sex of an organism. Now, in humans, these chromosomes are either X or Y. X and Y means that the organism is a male. XX means that the organism is a female. Now, those are the two types of chromosomes. Now, there's also a configuration of chromosomes which are called homologous chromosomes. Homologous chromosomes. Now, what are homologous chromosomes? Homologous chromosomes are two chromosomes that are extremely similar. They're not identical because it would just be incorrect to say that homologous chromosomes are identical, but they are extremely similar in that they have the same banding pattern. So if I were to stain the chromosomes with some sort of chemical or physical stain, they would have the similar banding pattern on them, so they would show similar stripes. They have similar lengths, and they have similar placement of the centromere. They also have the same genes located on them, but all because they have the same genes does not mean that they are identical, because genes have different forms, which we'll learn more about that later. So, by definition, homologous chromosomes, or homologous chromosome, singular, is a chromosome that contains the same sequence of genes as on another chromosome. So, that is what a homologous chromosome is. And they would look a little bit like this. So say this is the first chromosome, and it has a banding pattern right here, there's two bands on the tip. So its homologous chromosome will look extremely similar, similar size, similar placement of the centromere, and for this one, the centromere is quite in the middle, and the banding pattern would also be the same. So these two would be homologous. Now lastly, we'll be talking about that word I mentioned earlier, allele. Allele is really important in the unit of biology as it comes up quite often. An allele is a different form or expression of the same gene. So this is how homologous chromosomes are able to have the exact same genes but not be identical because they have different forms of that same gene, meaning that they have different alleles. So let me just put it right up here because I'm running out of space. But suppose you have a gene that codes for eye color. Eye color. Suppose that there are two different eye colors that this gene specifically codes for. Brown eyes and blue eyes. So this is a gene and it has two different alleles. Alleles are represented by a capital letter or a lowercase letter. More on that when we go into Punnett squares, but here's just a brief intro. So eye color can be represented by the letter B, uppercase B, or lowercase b. Uppercase B means brown. Lowercase b means blue. So the alleles of this gene would be uppercase B or lowercase b, brown or blue eyes. They're the same gene, eye color, but they have different alleles, brown color or a blue color. That's a really brief introduction into chromosomes and alleles and Mendelian genetics. We'll be having another more in-depth tutorial coming soon.